One thing that can be intimidating when you move to Australia is what they call inspections, but we would in the UK would call them viewings, which is when you go and look at rental properties. But I actually think the system in Australia is fairer than it is in the UK. So in the UK, when you're looking at a rental property, you have what we would call a viewing, and normally it's in private. So you ring up the estate agent and they will book a slot just for you, and there won't be anyone else there. It's just you and the estate agent. Whereas in Australia, they call them inspections, and it's a bit more like an open house where on one day everyone comes a particular time. But the thing is that can be a little bit intimidating if you're not used to it, because there can be 50, maybe 100 people, depending on how popular the property is. And there's just all these people, and it can be a bit like, oh my God, I'm never going to get this property. But the difference is that in Australia, the way I understand it is you do the viewing or the inspection all at the same time. Then you put in your applications, and the applications are all processed at the same time. And then they pick the best candidate from those applications. Whereas in the UK, because the viewings or inspections are done one by one throughout the day or throughout various days, if you're early in the queue of the viewings, you tend to get prioritized. So it's effectively first come, first serve. In the UK, so often when I was looking at viewings and properties, I would have something booked for maybe 5 p.m. and then at 1 p.m. they would call and say it's cancelled because it's already been rented to someone else. Whereas I think in Australia, it's actually a fairer system because you all get evaluated at the same time, I think, and it's not a first come, first serve basis. So while it is maybe a bit more intimidating in Australia, seeing so many people at an inspection, I do think it's fairer, and I think we should probably adopt that in the UK too.